part of the IBMTV family. It's basically a funk music show, kind of a talk show with some funk music in the background. We touch base on all types of subjects, all pertinent issues. We always lift up people with positive affirmation. We're all about the positivity. The world needs love. The world needs peace, harmony, and we're all about that on Funk from the Front Seat. It's beautiful, and believe me, I couldn't have a better platform to debut what I'm trying to debut and get across with the funk music, as well as the bond that it has around the world. I'm very, very fortunate, very happy. And you know, we're gonna do this thing hard, IBMTV. This is just the beginning. And that's basically what the show is. I got Tish standing by. I don't see her, but I'm sure Ann can see her. She's ready to roll, so we can make that pop. And basically, there she is. That's my girl from another world. I'm gonna tell you the story, but we're gonna get this thing popping. So are y'all ready to get it?
Let's get it. I got the one beat. Go for it.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
How you doing, Tish?
Woo! Awesome. Right? How are you guys?
I'm doing great.
Just give me a second.
Let you two take your turn.
I'm beaming you in. I'm beaming you in. I'm going to beam you in right now. Here we go. Woo. Strap in. Relax. From the front seat. IBM TV. Today, we have, as our special guest, Earth Monkey Energies. Tish Oakley is in the house. Put him up. Put him up. Come on, come on, come on. Let's rock. Get funky. How y'all doing out there? Welcome to Funk from the Front Seat. Ain't nothing but a party going on, y'all. IBM TV, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, all around the world. For the funk. Come on, come on, come on. Get hype, get hype. Yeah. How you doing out there, Tish? Welcome, Tish Oakley. Funk Front Seat on IBM TV. You're making a debut for that. How you doing, sweetheart? My girl from another world. What's up?
I'm so glad to see you, Zach. I'm doing awesome.
I'm loving it. I'm looking at that view. Where are you at? Your backyard, chilling?
I'm in my backyard. I got my little water fountain going. We got birds. We got insects. We have all kinds of stuff going on back here.
I love it. I love it. I can feel your love and your vibe. First of all, let me say thank you for being part of the IBM TV family. Thank you for being on, our show, Funk from the Front Seat. We love it. I'm going to have you on many, many, many times, and we're going to do this thing. Your vibe is so right. And for those of you that don't know, Tish Oakley is one of my few friends down here in North Carolina. And she's my girl from another world. She's my ride or die. I ain't getting get personal, but, Tish is thebomb.com and my personal Reiki healer. So, Tish, tell us a little bit from the start about Earth Monkey Energies and how you came up with that name.
Earth Monkey Energies. I was born in the year of the Earth Monkey, Zack. So that's how I came up with the name Earth Monkey Energies. And energies because it's all about the energy, right? The funk has an energy. I mean, what you do has an energy. What we all do has an energy, right? It's all about the energy. And the sooner we all realize, you got it. The sooner we all realize how important our energy is, the better off we'll all be.
That's right. That's right. You've been in this business for a long time. I know you're an established kickboxer from what I understand. Teacher of Tai Chi. That's why I never mess with you. You be my bodyguard. And I wanted to show you something. You might remember this. You gave me this, and I always carry it with me. Remember that?
Yes.
Yes.
That was for your shoulder.
Yes, that's right. That was for the shoulder. So as you started to develop this healing knowledge early on, when did it first hit you that you were actually going to be this healer of the world? At what approximate time in your life, or did some significant thing happen that changed your way of thinking to this healing?
What a great question. You know me, Zach, I'm very honest, right? And transparent. And, I've had self-doubt for a lot of years.
Right.
And I learned about energy a long, long time ago, almost 30 years ago, and totally fascinated with the power of energy and what you can do with energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I kept it somewhat on the down low because I thought, oh, I've got to go do the business thing, got to go do all that stuff, right?
Right. Make a living, yeah.
You know, it's all about the money, right? Thought that was the only form of currency, right?
Right.
So went in that direction, still did my Tai Chi in the background, my Qigong in the background. I knew there was always something different, and I was always so confused with that flat uh, energy, if you will, that they have in corporate America. And I got burned out after, 24 years, single mom for 18 years, it burned me out. And at
Yeah.
that point, I was like, there's got to be something else. I had a friend that had gotten me into Reiki because I'm extremely sensitive, period. But for those of us that are extremely sensitive, we need to understand that we can tune into energy better than the people that aren't sensitive.
That's
So if
right.
you,
Right.
right. So if you happen to be sensitive, a lot of musicians are sensitive, right? You guys,
Right.
you
Yep.
guys are like these open portals, right? Of energy is what you are. And you share with everyone, and some people can tap into it. Some people don't, oh, that song makes me feel good, but they don't really understand what's going on.
That's right. That frequency. Yep.
You got it right there. But anyway, and so I had a friend that was like, you need to do Reiki. You understand energy. You know how to move your energy. You need to do Reiki. And the first day of Reiki class, the next day, we work on our classmates. And the next day, one of my classmates said, Tish, you made the pain in my hip go away. And at that point, I was like, oh my gosh, this really works. So that was the moment that I knew that I had something that I could give to other people.
Yeah. I can tell. Again, we're with Tish Oakley of Earth Monkey Energies on IBMTV. The show is called Funk from the Front Seat. Mad shouts out to anybody that has a birthday or anniversary, or unfortunately, if there's a COVID death, we're going to pray for you with nothing about peace and affirmation on our show. Tish is lovely. She's been gracious enough to spare us some time, and we're going to get into a lot of things. We got a little bit of time to do stuff. And so when you went through class and then you decided you were definitely going to pursue this as like a full-time thing, it takes a lot of confidence to pursue your own business. And I give you all the credit in the world as, someone that started something from an idea in your head, and now you've done it and made it. And also as a woman fighting all those obstacles, what, and I'm not going to get too much into the feminist thing, but as a woman starting your own business, and this is very important for all the young ladies and daughters out there, and I have daughters, but that's not why I'm asking. I'm asking you as a woman starting your own business, did you run into any obstacles, or did people kind of like say, hey, why don't you just do this or that? Or did you always just stick to your guns?
Yeah, what a great question. Since I started my own business, I've encountered a lot less obstacles than when I was in corporate America.
Right. Okay.
I started my own business and there you come in my, people like you have been coming in my life since I've started Earth Monkey Energies. It's what they say. You present your truth, you present your real, and and opportunities will present themselves to you. Now, sometimes they appear as challenges, but I found a lot more challenge, and I was a lot more marginalized in the corporate. I was in the home building industry.
Okay.
And I felt a lot more marginalized there than I do as a business owner. Still, there's people that kind of, especially as an energy worker, a lot of people do not understand that. They don't understand how important that is to their health and their balance and their well-being. Yep. So there's that. But so I knew going into this that part of this task is educating people. And so my goal is, even if you don't come to Earth Monkey Energies, all you do is hear me say something or see a post that I do. If you can just realize what beauty and majesty your energy body is.
That's right.
And how much, right? And how much it controls you, right? Yep. Until you learn to control it.
Yep. I've been around you, and let me tell you, I know what you can do. We vibed from the first day we met. Tell them, the audience, how we first met. Not all the details, just the convention. We'll keep some things for ourselves, sweetheart. Just That's the convention part. And what I mean by that is we ain't gonna bring up our friend Mark. That's what I
was
mean.
gonna say, is Dr. Love gonna join us here in a minute?
Not the love, but we won't bring him up.
Oh my gosh, we were both seeking truth at it was a One Tribe event. Yep, and we both came because there was a lot of wonderful energy workers there, a lot of different affirmative. There was a lot of crystal. There's a lot of just a lot of wonderful. Dulcie had put together an amazing array of folks that are givers and have made it their life mission to give to other people and help heal people in any way that they can, and whatever their gift is, right? And so you walked in, and I think from the first second, you know, you walked in. I was volunteering because I love to volunteer. You know, it's neat to do. And you walked in, and immediately you walked in, and you turned right around, and you looked at me, and I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, that pink shirt on. Yes, that pink shirt. I love the shirt. It was pink. I was like, oh, I'm talking to her.
Yeah, I had my pink Batman shirt on, and there's that energy exchange. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I mean, for real. Yep.
As soon as you came within a few feet of me, you were like, oh, you know, there's a connection. Yes. And we all feel that from time to time to different people, right? Yep. And sometimes it may not be the person, you know, that you think it's going to be, or even the person you want it to be, but your body, your energy body knows what you need.
Yes,
and
exactly.
It will, right? And it will present you with the opportunity to allow it to grow to a different level and vibrate up.
What I know to be true is that I definitely knew you from another lifetime, space, and dimension, because when we started talking that day at the convention, and I was bouncing all around, just trying to get as much of it as I could. Yep. But when I came back to you and I said, you know, what do you do? What are you here for? This and that. And I started getting more information. I realized that there was some type of psychic connection, like I have with Kim, like I have with Ankit, and like I have with a few people on this show, because that's how I was drawn to it by my friend Mark. And I was like, oh, you know, she's really, really cool. And I have to tell this really quick, and I'm going to let you take the floor back again, but this is important. I didn't know anybody when I was having my surgery. Kim was Tish was gracious enough to stay with me in the hospital. And I'll never forget that, because I asked her, she was basically, you know, just had kind of knew me from a little bit, but I asked her and she stayed with me, you know, through my surgery. And that was the most outstanding blessing that someone had ever given me at that point in my life that I actually really needed. And I'm gracious, and I don't really tell this story a lot, but I'm telling it today so people can know what kind of heart you actually have. Now, before we get into the social isolation thing, let's get into a little bit of this, because we got to address the elephant in the room. The COVID. Since you're a hands-on healer, right? How has that actually affected what you do?
Great question. The Reiki treatments, Reiki can be done from distance, right? At the master level, Reiki can be done from a distance. I do not feel, just straight up transparent, I don't feel comfortable doing it from a distance, because I love that energy exchange. Remember after I did on you the first time, and I was like, ooh, I felt your energy doing this, and your knee. At first I didn't feel anything, but there it is. And then your foot, you know, I kind of felt the energy moving around your body. From a distance, I'm a little bit, I enjoy that close energy exchange.
Yes, of course, of course.
You know, it's part of what I think it is for me. So my Reiki, the side of my Reiki business has turned, I've done some, but it's not what I'd like it to be, because we're not comfortable with the hands-on, because that's what I like. Now, Tai Chi, on the other hand, Tai Chi can be done that is a social distance, perfect exercise.
Right.
You know, because you can do it outside, you can do it 6 foot away. In fact, you need just a little bit of space so you can reach. But so Tai Chi has picked, you know, my Reiki kind of settled down a little bit, and my Tai Chi picked up a little bit, and my Qi Kung picked up a little bit, because those can be done online as well as in person. But again, I think I'm very spoiled, Zach. So many of us are, because I love the energy exchange with people.
Yeah.
You know, that's part of what I think that we all miss, is that we, as energy bodies, we grow as we attack, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It
Yep.
does thing, it changes us and it helps us grow. So not having that that closeness really has been a you know, it's somewhat, I want to say, of an eye-opener to make you question how you communicate with people and how you relate to people and what's really important to you, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Again,
And I'm
go ahead.
glad you took your mask off, because part of it, you know, only words only communicate 7% of the message. 93%
Right.
of the message is our visual cues with our facial expression, our tones, and all of this kind of business. And so even like with masks, like I was just up in the mountains this last week, and I'm going to post all the videos and stuff on my YouTube channel and Facebook
Yeah.
and Instagram and whatnot. But people were like this, right? And so you can't see, are they smiling? Are they mad? You know, what's going on? So we're missing half of our communication.
Yeah.
So we're having to learn different ways to communicate.
Yeah, I saw your picture. You were in the raft or the water or something. I saw that. You were rowing or something. I know you definitely like doing that kind of stuff. And what I was going to say, getting back to what you just mentioned, it has affected a lot of businesses in many different ways.
Yeah.
And what we're trying to do, again, here we are on IBMTV with Tish Oakley, Funk from the Front Seat. And for all of those you out there on Facebook and YouTube Live, I will get to your comments. You know, we're around the world. We're global on IBMTV. Earth Monkey Energies, Tish Oakley, the owner, proprietor of that. David Brooks says hello. He says hi, Tish. People will be spotting in and out, checking you out, seeing what we're doing. I got a lot of Funketeers, and they're going to get on this eventually. Al Rashad says hello. I think that's Al Rashad. I'm not sure. Ankit. Okay. Anyway, we're going to get on because I'm going to have you for sure in my regular rotation, because I do what I do and everybody knows what that is. But at the same time, you mentioned something at the top of the show that really means a lot to me, is that this funk thing that I'm trying to do actually ties in with what you do, and we're all connected. So social isolation, your thoughts on that?
I think it's dangerous, first of all, because it's any change, right? Any paradigm shift, any change is difficult, especially for, you know, we're still, even though we have social media and we have the internet, I think we still are being fed certain messages, right? So we have change afoot, which is always kind of, it's exciting, but also people get scared because they don't know what's going on. So that's going on.
Yeah.
But then back to the energy exchange. So people are not able to do what they're used to doing. People are changing. People are not getting that feedback from other people like they're used to. Again, we are energy bodies and our energy sings. You know, we can do a lot of things by ourselves, but we are a society, Zach. We are a culture, and we depend on each other. You know, we are interconnected, and the way energy really works is I, you know, give you my, you know, whatever it is that you may need that I can give you. And then you give whatever it is that the next person that you can give. We all have gifts, and we all take it down the line, right? So you share the peace and love with your music. I share peace and love with my energy work. It's the way it works. And you have to keep going down the line. So many people think it's a one-to-one relationship, right? That's not the way this works. It's not, you know, the age-old, a flower doesn't bloom for itself. A flower blooms for other flowers, trees, insects, all that other kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And that's what we're all supposed to be doing, but so many of us have forgotten that and gotten all tied in. So my question is, and why it's so thrilling that, you know, there's this platform, is if people can open their eyes, find their own truth, you know, and change to a certain extent what was happening before. There was too much focus on the ego. There's too much focus on, you know, I've mentioned money already. Money is only one form of currency. There's billions really forms of currency, you know. So you know, we were getting so lopsided. So there you go. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and you can keep talking. I'm just showing people periodically my little pyramid. Yeah, keep talking. I just show people periodically.
now that kind of just totally, whoop, you showed that. And I was like, whoa. And my brain just, right. But so people really, this is a fantastic opportunity for reset, for people to learn about themselves.
That's right.
As well as people to learn about each other and what really works and what doesn't work. How do we keep ourselves in balance? Our environment had gotten, so we talk about Tai Chi. The yin yang symbol is actually the Tai Chi symbol.
That's right.
Yep, because we're up and we're down, we're right and we're left, we're this hand and that foot. So it's all about the balance is what it teaches you, right? And that's what we've been missing in our society. You know, I don't want to get too heavy on, you know, the patriarchy, but everything's been led by the rules of the patriarchy. You know, there's a whole lot of you know, 1%. There's a whole lot of different things which the patriarchy is very important to our society. You know, we have to have it. We have to have that, but we also have to have the voice of the matriarchy. We have to have that balance. And the way it works, I have a friend, we were just going back and forth on LinkedIn, and he said, you know, Tish, I don't really believe in that work-life balance because work is part of my life and life is part of my work. And I'm like, exactly. So you understand work-life balance then, because you have, you know, you can't separate, you can't isolate, you know, this little, this little, this little, this little, because we are all one being and everything moves together as a unit, right?
Yep.
But we have to have both.
Yes,
you know, as a single mom, I knew for years my son had too much estrogen. You know? Every time we hang out, say it was all moms, all the teachers were women, you know, all this stuff. He needed that male. You know what I mean? You have to have both. Even a daughter, you know, your daughters, you know, they have to have their mom just like they have to have you.
Yeah.
They need both balance, the masculine and the feminine.
That's right.
Know? It's important, and there's times that one's going to be stronger than another, but as long as you have the time of reset, right?
Yep, that's right. I like how you said that, and that's one of the things that I was going to talk to you in a second about, because the do-over, I call it do-over, the reset. It's like when you're playing ball and the kid and the ball goes in the tree and everybody says, hey, do-over, and everybody just agrees with it. Mother Earth, especially, you know, you and I both know we follow Native American culture very, very closely. And they've been telling us this for eons. So has the Egyptians, the Mayans, the Incas, everybody across the line, Indians, the Maharajah. So as we're in this do-over and we're watching this transformation of people come together in these protests, right? Yes. I'm not going to get too heavy in it, but I do have to ask you because you're a healer, right? And you know, I've been to 5 protests already, so you know me, I'm out there. Again, we're with Tish Oakley, Earth Monkey Energies, live on ibmtv. Welcome to the ibmtv family, Tish. We love to have you. The show is called Funk from the Front Seat. Every Saturday, 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock. We're kicking it with a special guest. Today, our special guest is my girl from another world, Tish Oakley. Okay, so here we are in the change. Here we are seeing all nations, creeds, colors come together. And I can tell you the energy that I was feeling, even at a low level, because everybody had to be cool at the protest, was amazing. And I think that we might have turned the corner. I'm not going to say we turned it, but as a black man, I can honestly tell you, I've never seen this before, and I'm very proud to have people. You know, my kids are biracial, so you know me. So, but I think because of shows like this, people like you, what I'm trying to do musically, the people I know, the people you know, I kind of think we turned the corner, and the young people, especially, I'm so proud of. So, give me your thoughts on that a little bit.
Yeah, the rainbow children. The rainbow children are leading us to the light is what's going on. We've all been societized. We all have been traumatized in one way or another. We've all had these things. And so our brains get stuck. Have you heard the story? Have I told you the story of the monkeys and the bananas?
No.
I love this story.
Tell the story.
So bunch of scientists put a bunch of monkeys in a room, put a ladder with bananas on top, right? And they electrocuted and they put electrodes on the ladder. So every time the monkeys would try to go up and get the bananas, they would get electrocuted, right? And so eventually they were telling each other, don't go up the ladder. Don't go up the ladder. You're good right here. This floor feels good. They'll eventually feed us. We're all right. You know what I mean? one by one, they took the monkeys that had been I don't think they electrocuted them, but, you know, shocked them, took them out of the room and put monkeys in the room that had never gotten shocked. And so eventually they had a room full of monkeys that never went up the ladder and had never been shocked. So my point is, there's a lot of us at that point, right? We think this is, you know, okay, this is how society is, and we'll just live in our little environment and in our whatever. But the point is children have not. I see Generation Z, like my son, he refuses to participate in social convention. You know, I'll tell him, you know, and when you have kids, it gives you such a great chance to question your morals, your values, and your ethics and why you do what you do. But I think this Generation Z, and the more I learn about them and the more I'm around them, the more I absolutely love them. Not that I don't love other generations, but they're seeking for truth and they're not going to put up with bullshit.
Yes, thank you.
Like Zack, when I was younger, you know, and I'd go out with a black man, people would look, oh, don't, what are you doing? I can't believe, you know, my grandmother, oh, you heard, hell, Zack. Yes. You know, and so these young kids are like, I'm not playing with, that's not it. This is a human being. I'm going to take this human being for what this human being is.
That's
and somebody told me about 3 years ago, it's going to be the rainbow children, because I was so discouraged with the world, right? It was like, there's
right. Yep, me too.
So much negativity and so much, oh my God, how can this happen? How can this be happening? Doesn't anybody care about, you know, truth, love, and light? And then somebody said, oh yeah, it's the rainbow children are going to bring us. Look at all these colors in their hair. That's just, you know, surface. But what it shows is that they're not sticking with social convention, and they're going to create a new world for us.
And you know something? You said it perfectly, and I'm going to add to that. Because my daughter told me a couple of weeks ago, and I said, Kayla, you know, I always ask my daughter, hey, you want me to say something on the show, this and that? And this is when George Floyd, a couple of days after I had a show, it was recent. And she said, Dad, she said, just tell everybody that we're watching you. They're watching what the grown-ups do. And like you said, these children, even though they're on their phones with their head down, what I found out, they're not sleeping. They want the information. They know it. Their heads may be down, and they may be walking in the cars and poles, but they know the truth. Like you said, that's what, you know, hey, they are not sleeping. These kids are woke as woke could get. I talked to them. I interviewed them on Out and About for IBMTV. I talked to my daughters, your son, you know, they are prepared. And this is going to be their thing. Unfortunately, it had to come like it came. But every generation has a thing. This one is theirs. And they are taking the lead. And believe me, I do not mind riding in the back seat. We got somebody saying hello to you. I can't see the name. Mrs. Skylark is saying hello. People are going to chime in. For all you people out there just joining in, I'm with the lovely, beautiful, talented Miss Tish Oakley of Earth Monkey Energies right here in North Carolina. The show is called Funk from the Front Seat. I'm your host, Zack, a.k.a. Number 9. Here we are on IBMTV. Welcome to the IBMTV family. Everybody that's watching, you can rerun it again on Facebook. We're going to drop this a lot of times. Real quick, I'm Tish. We got to give a shout out to Dr. Super and the other Dr. Super.
Yes.
And his wife. They're not feeling well, so please pray for them. They're part of the IBMTV family. And anybody out there that is suffering from COVID or may have suffered or think they may have it or tested positive, if you're not with IBMTV, that's fine. If you are, we love you. Either way, we're going to love you. You know, I got to give a shout out to my artist, Miss Pat, Curtis Wilcox, Dr. Brooks, who waved in, Mark from IBM, K and Jams Entertainment, Leroy Cooper down in Florida, P-Funk Radio, Philly Phil, JTRP, Get on the Funk Bus, Gangsville Radio, Tanny and Steady Groove. Here we are, Funk from the Front Seat. So what I wanted to ask you and get into more of is this energy transference, because when you first approached me and was coming to do my back, I had to make sure that morning I had to allow that energy of yours to get into mine. Otherwise, we would have been like magnets because we're both very strong like that. Feel that? When you, not me personally, but do you ever feel when you go to heal, does somebody kind of repel you till they let you get in?
Yes, 100%. Sometimes the person, just the first couple hand positions, there's
Yes.
nothing. It's like
Yeah.
there's a wall. It's just like, okay, my hand's on the table. You know what I mean? It's like, come on now. So it takes them a little while for their energy, because I can, to a certain extent, it's like their body wants it, but their mind,
Yes.
they're
Yes.
trying to think, because they think about Western conventional medicine,
Yep.
and they're just so blown out. They're like, what's going on? Like, the people that have either had Reiki or understand what Reiki are, usually they're like, do me, do me, do me. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
when you've never had it, or if you don't understand how important your energy body is, you're questioning it the whole time. You don't just let it come. Like, you said you had to prepare yourself to be
Yeah.
open to let
Yeah.
it happen. I've even had somebody, and honestly, it was my own brother. The last time I gave him a Reiki treatment, every hand position, I mean, his body even would twitch. It was like he was
Yeah.
throwing me off.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, this is worthless.
Yeah.
I mean, let's stop. Let's just have a conversation.
Yeah. 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 Yes. 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 Yes.
Like,
Yes.
be well
Because
that way.
you're so powerful. That's what happens, because someone would say a less degree of your mastery would have been able to get through, but because you like bam. Because when you did me the first time, I had to make sure. And when you first went to that spot on my back at the top of my neck, I could feel then my body was able to just like follow yours. It's almost like you got to give up that and let the Reiki healer take control of that, and then they'll guide you through the rest of the way. That's one of the beauties of natural earth
Yes.
healing.
Very much so. And it's because so many people, they're not used to it and they don't understand their energy, right? So and so it's back to the change. This is new, this is foreign. I don't know. You know what I
Right.
mean? And so the whole time their mind's going and their bodies, you really just got to, if you can, shut your mind off and
Yeah.
feel your body. And that's what so many of us, sometimes too, it's not the mind we got to shut off, it's the ego we got to shut off, Zach.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
I mean, how many egos are walking around here on 2 feet?
Oh God, yeah. We got a couple, and we ain't gonna talk about that, but we know the elephants in the room. Lord, do we ever?
And we keep paying them
We
with our
do.
taxes.
We do. We do. We need to shut them all down.
Listen,
that's one of the things that I know you probably tell people. I see on your page, you're always encouraging people. If you guys don't know, you can follow Tish Oakley. And I'm sorry I didn't get your information to put on the banner, but I will next time. You can follow Tish Oakley at Earth Monkey Energies on Facebook. And you can also come to my page and follow her. And tell me some other platforms that they can follow you on. I know you mentioned YouTube and so forth.
yeah, I post my videos first on YouTube. I'm also on Instagram. I'm also on LinkedIn. I've got Google My Business. I've got my webpage, if we haven't already mentioned that, www.earthmonkeyenergies.com. I have not yet tried TikTok. Looks fun.
Yeah.
But my son says I'm a little old for TikTok. I brought the word up the other day, and he was like, "That's not for you, Mom."
Yeah, my daughter said the same thing. I asked her because I don't know. So when I don't know something, I ask my daughter, like, Kayla, what's TikTok? And she said, "You don't need to know." That's what she said. You don't need to know. So when she tells me I don't need to know, she's like letting me know in a very nice way.
Yeah.
You don't need to know. It's not for you. Also, before I forget, happy Father's Day to all the dads, uncles, cousins, brothers, brother-in-laws, big brothers, friends, people who just take care of other people and mentor. Every great man out there that's holding it down, 365, that never gives the credit. Happy Father's Day. Again, 2020 is a weird year, but know that we at Funk from the Front Seat, ibmtv, love you very, very much and appreciate everything you hardworking dads out there do. We love all you guys. And, your energy is very much needed. Stay up, stay positive. I know we're in some tough times, but, we can make it through.
And hats off to all the single moms doing it without a dad.
Yeah, I wasn't going to forget you. I was going to mention there are plenty of women out there that actually are mom and dad. So shout out to the dad part of you that's doing it and have done it for many years, such as yourself. Your son is a lovely gentleman. You know, all his accolades and the things that you told me he's doing. You know,
It's funny, Zach. I asked him if he'd come on the show today because it's just what you said about the facts and figures. I was thinking if we get into any type of really any conversation where somebody needs to have that walking dictionary. I mean, we have political conversations all the time. We have racial conversations. We have gender conversations all the time because he always brings in, he's a non-emotional thinker. He's one of those very logical people.
Critical.
So talk about the balance. I'm an emotional type person. So I'll come up with something that I feel and he'll be like, facts and figures, where's the, where are we at, mom, where are we at, mom? So anyway, he can always, but it's back to that generation that walk, like you said, walking into street lamps and walking into trash cans because their heads down, but man, they're learning stuff
and they're paying attention. And next time we get them on, next time for sure have them come on, sit down, chat, we do our thing with them. I'm always encouraging young people, not because I have young people in my life, but because people encouraged me. Right. If it wasn't for people in my town like Howard Beeman, Clarence Storworth, and the list is too long to go on, Gary Bordes, if I didn't have, Goldie Carter and people like that, if I didn't have these people in my life early on, I never would have even had the courage to take that next step. So tell me somebody that influenced you early on, and I'm going to get into your pet snake in a minute. But tell me something. I ain't forget that.
Not everybody knows about him.
I ain't forget that. I did not forget Snakey. No. He's in the conversation. She is in the conversation too. But tell me something. I don't forget anything. I got to fall. Tell me. I'm glad I tickled you. I love you. Yeah, you're live on ibmtv, Funk from the Front Seat. First Energies, her own company, Miss Tish Oakley, right here in North Carolina. Tell me somebody early on in your life that influenced you and gave you that little push and a boost to just let you know, hey, you got this.
I'm going to go all the way back to when I was a child. My Uncle Hope always believed in me, and they would pick me up every weekend to go out to their place in the country.
Who's that?
And he would, my Uncle Hoke and my aunt, but it was my great uncle and my great aunt. And they were just beautiful people. And he was so cute. He used to call me pretty girl. It would make me so happy. And
just true.
Not just, well, thank you. It wasn't just, but it was that, my home life was real chaotic growing up. Right. So it was like a thing where I could just go and be myself, and be out in nature and like this and be who I am, so that's huge to have those people in your life that love you for you and not what you can do for them. Yeah. If that makes sense. Yeah. So it's vital when you see young people, especially young people that may be struggling. I remember my first babysitter, or my son's first babysitter. It was really strange. She came to me the day her parents got separated, and she was struggling because, we all expect our parents to be, at least in the beginning, they're supposed to be our parents. They're supposed to know everything. They're supposed to, have everything straight, and when we come to terms with that, it's kind of hard to understand. They're human too, but, she was put in my life for me to share with her that, again, parents, we don't know what we're doing either.
Yeah.
Honestly, we do the best we can. We do what we think is right at the time, right?
That's right.
And so, it's just so having those people in your life. So back to, if you see a child that may be struggling or may not have self-confidence or that kind of thing, I know there was a girl in my son's kindergarten or first grade class that was struggling really bad. And the more time I spent in the classroom, the more I realized she had a situation. Potentially, I should have, hindsight, I should have sat with her at lunch. I should have done something to show her some special attention, because even the teacher's assistant was giving her a hard time because, it's just sometimes when you have a hard home life, sometimes you don't know how to act. And so then you have hard time.
Right.
So it's up to us to be stewards of our society, Zach.
That's right. That's right.
And to bring in the love, kindness, and compassion, because I truly believe that if like we've said, so these rainbow children, so this generation Z, this new generation of kids that are coming, they're educated, they're aware, and they're watching, and they're not going to put up with a lot of crap,
It
right?
takes a village. You know, the African proverb, it takes a village to raise.
Yes.
And you know, it's funny because I used to be a big brother and I was in the watchdog program for a minute, and I've dealt with young people and, you know, just always trying to do exactly what you just said. Just do a little piece of it. Because I think that's what's missing a lot of times. It doesn't have to be your parent or the teacher. It can be a perfect stranger or a neighbor, you know, as long as your family's cool with it, that can actually drop some pearls of wisdom, especially on these young people. Because a lot of it, what I'm seeing, and you can tell me if you agree or not, is self-esteem.
Yes.
Right? A lot of young people have transferred their self-esteem to social media, and they think that's where they get it from, as opposed to within. What do you think about that?
I think you're 100% correct, Zach, and I think that it's not where it needs to be. Because social media, there's some wonderful things. I have met some of the most incredible people, and they post some of the great, from, I know it sounds silly, but from healthy, yummy recipes all the way to some kind of life-changing, you know, video. I've got a friend that's a hypnotist, Claudia Ricard. She's amazing. If anybody has any issues, wants to check out her Facebook or YouTube, because she posts these little videos to help people, right? So, you know, it's all about helping people and being connected.
Yeah, yeah. I think that as we have turned again this little corner, and I'm not saying we even approached it a big way, but this little piece that we're doing, I'm fortunate, you're fortunate, the whole world right now is fortunate to see the beginning. You know, we may not be here physically, but we'll be here spiritually to see the end of it. And it's gonna end. It's gonna end. I feel it in my bones. I feel that the Creator has allowed me personally to stay long enough to actually see the change and make that kind of difference. For those of you just tuning in, again, live Funk from the Front Seat on ibmtv, Facebook Live, YouTube Live. Here we are with the beautiful, lovely, talented Miss Tish Oakley. Her company is called Earth Monkey Energies. You can find her. Ashley first says hello. My girl from a longtime friend from New York. Excellent singer, has her own band, Ashley First Band. We've done many gigs together up there. Love you, Ashley, and I miss you. I just wanted to give her a shout out.
Hey,
love you. I'm trying to read what she said. Okay, she's proud. Curtis Wilcox, my boy who does my artwork, he says hello, Tish. And he's the guy that you see all my beautiful
awesome stuff.
You see that? I call him. That's Curtis Wilcox. That's my man. And if you ever want something done, he's your guy. I call him. But anyway, I wanted to say that what you do and how you do it makes a huge difference. Even if people don't know you, like you said, you're spreading it from one person to another, to another, to another, to cause that ripple effect. So as we grow as human beings, we may not see it, but we're part of it. And that makes me feel so good. How about you?
I totally agree with you that I'm part of what I want to see. This world, you know, I've had this vision my whole life of you know, people, there's going to be issues, but that you know, this whole, that we can love each other and be connected and enjoy each other, and the boundaries of, you know, one of my favorite little cartoons is of the aliens that look down on Earth and say, we're not going there. They're all confused because they think that they're different than each other. They create all these boundaries we can't see. This is crazy. So yes, we're going to be part of it. You know, Zach, I've got something, if you don't mind, I didn't even ask you. I've got something I'd like to read.
Go for it. We got about 5 minutes. Go for it.
It's about change, and today is the summer solstice. It's the longest day of the year. It's also a new moon, and there's also an eclipse today.
So it's apropos that we had you scheduled in advance.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy.
I'm so psyched.
So here's the thing. This comes from We Moon 2020, Gaia Rhythms for Women. It's a calendar book. They have poetry. It's a wonderful thing. What I'm going to read comes from Oak Chazar, and I'm just going to kind of skip through a few things here.
Do your thing, sweetie.
All right. This is the tipping point for everything: democracy, misogyny, racism, climate, freedom. All are on the cliff edge. We've reached the neon bright entrance to the great turning. Change is the only thing that doesn't change. Are we ready? Every conventional symbol system of our culture is bankrupt, and that's good, because now, at last, we have the potential to open, to sway, and to fall. Call in the sacred rescue workers. Let's rewrite the rules now. What will save us? Not profit-driven technology and not imperial force.
That's
Only
deep.
the imagination.
I love the fact that was written prior to where we are now, right?
Totally. It's funny you hit on that, because this thing was written last year.
Yes.
This calendar was put together last year, but how did they know that we'd have all the things going on at this solstice? Because it's in the cards, Zach. Because this is the time, all these cosmic bodies, all these things in retrograde, all of this stuff. All of this Generation Z coming up, the internet, access to information, science is finally catching up with what indigenous societies knew about energy and about interconnection and about living with the environment, not against the environment. The environment is not something for us to use. The environment is something for us to be a part of.
Embrace. That's right. We're just part of it. We're stardust. You know, DNA, we're part of the trees, the earth, the moon, the sun.
Yes.
I wanted to tell you, I did not realize, and Tish can tell you, and everybody who knows this show, again, you're watching Funk from the Front Seat. We're live with Tish Oakley on ibmtv. Hi, guys out there on Facebook. Man, shout out special to my man, Philly Phil down in Texas. You know, he's got a sweet show, you know, get on the Funk Bus on Tuesday nights. But I did not know, and I didn't realize when I booked you, and you can attest to this, it was the 21st. It was a full, because you know me, I don't wear watches, and I don't pay attention to time. Me and Kim have that in common, Kim and I, on the show. We're just hybrids.
Yep.
You know I'm a hybrid.
Yep.
So I didn't realize it until you told me. Now I'm doubly psyched, and I know this is right, and it's meant to be. You were meant to be on here today, because you are everything that this day is. You really are. You blew my mind. It's just wow. I was like, really? It's all of that? I had no idea. You know what I'm saying?
But you did. You do.
Yes, I knew inside. Yes, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
You know.
But yeah, that's really cool. I'm really psyched about that. You know.
Yeah. And really the purpose for, of just sharing it with your viewers, not just the education, but, so we know by the calendar, it means it's the longest day of the year. But if we want to use the energies, right? So previously we've been in, and I'm going to bring some Tai Chi in now. Previously we were in Yang energies. Bam, 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 bam. They say the start of a movement is Yang. The finish of it is Yin. Okay. Right. So therefore, that's what's going on. All of the stuff that's going on, we're ready for the yin energy now. We've learned so much. We've seen so much. All this stuff is really just popping, exploded, right? So now what are we going to do with it, Zach?
Well, I would say, as long as people like yourselves and your spirits and your energies are here to guide us and help teach us and give us some insight, there are more of us that are going to make it work than more of us that are not. So when not right, I'm coming on. I'm gonna let you close the show, but I gotta kick a few announcements. But when we all get together, I know this: we're an unstoppable force.
Yes.
Because here you are on this show. I was able to get the platform. There are other things that are happening around me that actually made all this happen. That's why you always hear me say I'm humble and I'm grateful. Yeah. And I just want to say today, thank you, Ankit, because Ankit called me, and even though he knows I sleep in and I'm really tired, he was trying to make this all work today for the first time. So Ankit, you get special shouts out. And I told him, listen, I'm always screwed up. I'm not a morning person. You know this yourself, right? So I'm talking to him, and he made this work. So Ankit, the producer, yo, brother, I love you. You're my little brother for life. Yes, he made this work. And he and the production team, Jim and everybody else, Ken, and all the people behind the scenes at ibmtv, they make all of this work so we can have special guests like you and moments like Funk from the Front Seat, and I'm very grateful to IBM TV for that. Again, we're with Tish Oakley, Funk from the Front Seat, live on IBM TV. Here we go. So Tish, we got a few more minutes before I close out. And I'm gonna keep you on to the very end. I just wanted to make sure that we shout out again Dr. Super and Dr. Super's wife, making sure that they're feeling okay. We love you guys. Shout out to anybody that has a birthday, anniversary, or COVID deaths in their family, or any kind of thing. What would you say to someone and give them a quick little 2-minute saying that could actually get them through a tough time period, minute, moment in their life? What is it that you would say to someone that's kind of down right now?
Breathe.
Breathe. Awesome. Just breathe. Right?
We forget our breath is key to our life, and our breath will guide our energy.
Yep.
So when dig deep, and I'd love if we had a chance to do, but your chest, even if you only have a second for chest and belly breath, where you just fill up your chest and let it out, fill up your belly, let it out, then do it 2 and 2, then 3 and 3, and you will change how you feel. So if you're going, and also when you do that, you go into your parasympathetic state, which also raises your immune system. So that's the thing. The stress hurts us and makes us more susceptible to the COVID. So
touch on that for a minute.
Yep. So we need to double down and take care of ourselves as a whole person, not just take the medications that the doctor gave us or whatever it is. We need to listen to our bodies. Your body will tell you exactly what it needs, but only if you listen. Pain is vital. If you have pain, it means you need to make a change. Hello. If it's physical, if it's mental, if it's in your heart, whatever, it's your body's way of telling you to do something different. So listen to your body, breathe, take care of yourself, eat what feeds it, not what feeds your taste buds. Like, I'm a big sugar freak, but I've had to lay off it because it makes me more moody and grumpy, to be honest with you. So, you've got to do what's right for your body. And no matter whether it's yoga, Pilates, you've got to have time for your body to rest and recuperate, and then you're stronger to come back out. Yeah,
that's right. That's right.
Got to have a balance.
I'm not going to forget your snake. I love your snake. Just won't touch him. But I love him. I love her. I seen her up close. And you remember when I went to the glass, she felt my energy. Because you said she never does that. And she was coming to me. Remember?
Yep.
I love it. Here we are. IBM TV. Tish Oakley has been our guest today on Funk from the Front Seat. It's been an amazing hour already. With Philly Phil.
I can't believe it's over.
Yes, but don't worry, you'll be back. I'm trying to read Philly Phil's comment. That's why I was angry. I think he was saying because something that he's not feeling well. Let me just try to read it really fast. See, he said, and this is true, he wasn't really in the best frame of mind, but now he's nice and calm, and Philly Phil, he's my brother from another mother. He'll tell you, I call him after every show and we talk, and he supports me 100%. He's such a good brother. We're connected like that. And we talk for like 2-3 hours on the phone and time goes by. But yes, an hour has gone by. Again, Tish, tell them where they can find you at.
www.earthmonkeyenergies.com. Also Facebook, Earth Monkey Energies. Instagram, Earth Monkey Energies. LinkedIn is under Tish Oakley. YouTube is Earth Monkey Energies. Twitter's Earth Monkey E. I'm out there, Earth Monkey Energies.
Gotcha.
I'm also starting a new class for anybody that's in the Raleigh area. There's a new, I think it's going to be free, Tai Chi class at Dorothea Dix Park in July.
Right. Okay. That
if
works.
Anybody's interested.
Yeah, I think that what you're doing is amazing. Again, we are on Funk from the Front Seat. Nappyhead Funk Army in the house right here, number 9. The beautiful, lovely Miss Tish Oakley from Earth Monkey Energies. And, it's beautiful to have your energy and see it actually working and all the good things that you're doing. I can see you're like a little bit lit up now. I can see you glowing, smiling, and that's a beautiful thing, because getting back to what you said about not seeing someone smile, I think that makes a difference where we are. And I know social distancing, I don't wear my mask if I don't have to. I only wear it when I have to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's important that I think as we get through this thing, we kind of take that veil down because we're already wearing a mask. Everybody hides behind a mask. The whole world's a stage. We're just players. Hi, Sonia. How you doing? Sonia Murphy, my friend, says hello. A lot of people are
Hey,
signing
Sonia.
it out. It's all good. We're here with Tish Oakley, Earth Monkey Energies. We're all players in this thing. You know what I mean? And, I think the mask behind the mask, I guess, is what I'm getting at. We don't need to have two masks on.
Right.
And the fact that we don't even talk as much as we used to. We communicate now through texts and emails and this and that. We're missing that. And I think COVID has allowed some of that to come back where we're going to have to talk to people. We're going to have to do shows like this. We're going to have to really get down to turn that corner, to pull that energy the other way. It needs to turn. One last closing thought from you to the world, Tish.
Peace. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you so much. It's been a beautiful show. We love you guys out there. We're getting ready to kick it a little bit as Funk from the Front Seat. I'm number 9, and we want you to get your funk on. It's a spiritual revolution.
Yeah, it is.
You by ibmtv and all my friends up there. Come on,
Zack. It's funny you created that song before this happened, but it's so apropos.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. I don't know. Sometimes things just happen the way they need to happen. That's why
Yeah, they do.
I put it back out and make it work. Because we are in a spiritual revolution.
Yeah, baby.
You have the CD in your car, so that's cool too. I like that. Again, Funk from the Front Seat. Again, our special guest today was Tish Oakley. Hi to all my funky fans out there, my funketeers in Texas, Philly, New York. We love y'all. North Carolina, we love you. West Coast, California, we love you. Up in Minneapolis, MPLS, we love you. Up in Detroit, the D, we love you. Ohio, Bootsy and Patty, we love you. Long Island, Strong Island, where I'm from, Queens, New York, we love you. All around the world, my mates out in Australia, we love you. In Germany, we love you. We got it going on from the Front Seat every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. on IBM TV. I'm number 9. Go in peace, y'all. Woo! Come on, all you voices. Time to speak your mind. He's a spiritual revolution for all of. Are you down with it?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what's up. Push it up. Funk from the Front Seat. IBMTV. Have fun. You've been amazing, Tish. I love you. I'll give you a little bit later and we wrap. We're going to set up some special dates for you to come on. I got to have you on as a regular in between my music stuff and my music guests because you're a much needed, bright sunlight spot of energy that we need. Thank you. Thank you so much. Namaste.
Thank you, Zack.
It's a pleasure. Hey, I got the easy one. I sit back in my car, play music, and ask questions. That's I'm gonna turn you back over to the studio now. And Kim, where y'all at?
There they are.
There they are.
Wonderful, though, Zack, and thanks, Tish, for sharing such lovely thoughts and such lovely insights and lovely learnings. And people are watching you live around the world, and there's so many comments. And I tried to fix up something so that the show will go well. And we have a Facebook page of Front from the Front Seat. So if viewers would like to follow that page, they can share the link on the bottom of the ticker. So that page is dedicated to Zack, and Zack can run the next show from his own Facebook page, which will be managed by ibmtv, and it's wonderful to have Zack, and it's cool to discuss about healings and music and all those things from the front seat. And I would like to do a show with Zack on a front seat now.
Right.
That was
Hey,
that
you
was
have
an
any
amazing show.
you have any questions for Tish?
So Tish, I just wanted to understand that during this lockdown and during this pandemic, what are the best practices you want to share with the world?
To take care of yourself, listen to your body, take this opportunity because, everything our egos have caused us to go grab outside of ourselves, right? And what we really have, we have what we need inside ourselves when we reach out and connect with other people as well. So it's important, number one, to take care of yourself and make yourself as healthy as you can. Listen to your body and do what it needs you to do, right? You got to find that balance within yourself. You've got to do it. Nobody can do it for you. But in addition to that, when you find someone like as positive as Zack, probably as you, I don't know you well, but when you find great people, try to stay connected in whatever way that you can, because again, we do crave that connection. And if we don't have it in a positive manner, potentially other negative things, we don't want to surround ourselves with negative energy. Let me just put it that way. So when you find great people, just try to connect with them in whatever you can, in the pandemic or not. So I hope that makes sense.
No, certainly. And I am always positive. That's what the motto of life is. You have to be positive, and that's only you can
Yes.
play well and live a good, healthy life. Because stay
Yes.
away from negativity and think about positive acts, and
Yes.
always learn from your mistakes and try not to
Yes.
repeat. Try not to repeat it, and try to learn and always welcome failure as well, because failure gives you success.
Yes.
That's what I believe. If you are always having success and if you don't have failure, you don't know how to live a life. Because then one failure will end your
Yeah.
I mean balance and all those things. So failure is a part of life. It's a lifestyle, and that way you can gain a lot of success. And success means happiness. Success doesn't mean money or dollar and things like that. It's about happiness. It's about mental peace and enjoying with your family, friends, and doing fun music with Zack.
That's right.
Hey, well, we're gonna keep it funky. We had to bring the funk to it because
Yeah,
funk is everywhere. Funk is the stuff that oozes. It's in the swamp. It's the bottom of the
Yep.
pan that you eat before you finish cooking. Funk is like gumbo. You know what I'm saying?
Woo.
Always something funky. Tish. That's why I dig her so much because she's funky. In her own
The
way.
funky monkey.
She's definitely, on the one.
Hmm.
And on the one means the light, and it means the creator. So we always say in funk music, Bootsy says this, James Brown, on the one, hit me, boom. You guys are the one. You on the one, you the light. Thank God that we're able to do this together. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And I'm graciously saying again, Tish, you're amazing. I'm gonna have you on again as much as I can and make this work.
Yay! Thank you guys so much for making
and
this happen.
before you leave, we have another show coming tomorrow, Funk Music with Zack, on Sunday, 12 noon. And Zack will play some guitars and something funky.